Hi friends, welcome to your weekly Hatha Yoga practice. My name is Emma and today we'll be doing a gentle practice to get into our shoulders, our hips, and kind of our shoulder blades and back body. So no props needed, and we'll meet on our backs on the mat. So make your way onto your back. And open your arms out to a T, and then take a bend in your elbows, so you're making kind of a goalpost shape with your arm. You might walk your feet about mat width distance apart, and then let your knees knock in towards each other. Or if it feels okay in your hips, you might bring the soles of your feet together and open your knees wide. Wherever you are, begin to soften your gaze or potentially close your eyes completely. Take deeper inhales and exhales. And begin the process of committing yourself to practice today. That might mean slowly disengaging from distractions or other thoughts of things that are pulling your mind away. It might mean setting an intention for your practice. It might mean spending a few moments really focused in on your breath. We'll take 2 or 3 more deep breaths here on our back, using these moments to really ground, to really center ourselves. And then as you're ready, take a long stretch. So moving slowly, slide your fingertips up towards the top of your mat, your toes towards the bottom of your mat, making yourself as long as you possibly can. With your exhale, cactus your arms out again, sliding your elbows and hands along the floor if that feels okay. Inhale takes you back to that big stretch. And exhale to your cactus arms on your back. Beautiful. One more time. Inhaling to reach to the sky. Exhale your arms, pausing in cactus, and then releasing arms alongside your hips, palms to the ground. Take a bend in your knees and place your feet hip width distance apart. Walk your heels in a little closer to your hips. With an inhale, press through your palms and the soles of your feet to lift your hips up off the mat, any amount. Exhale to curl your spine down, releasing your hips back to the mat. Inhale lifts your hips as you root. And exhale to curl your way down. We'll take a few more just like this. Waking up our spine, our low back. Really creating that breath to movement connection. And with your next inhale, lift your hips up to bridge and pause. Hug your knees in towards each other, not letting them get wider than hip width distance. Gentle tuck of your tail, lift your heart space towards your chin, but send your chin up to the sky. Keep length in your neck. And exhale, roll your way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Taking a few breaths here, you might rock side to side or take some big circles with your knees. And then we'll make our way to a seat. You might rock to one side and then press yourself up, or you might rock and roll along the length of your spine, eventually making your way up to a comfortable seat on your mat. When you arrive here, root through your sits bones. Sit up nice and tall. Feel your low belly engage as your head, the crown of your head, reaches up to the sky. Release your right ear to your right shoulder. And send your gaze down towards your shoulder. Let your chin rock to center and then left ear to left shoulder. Gaze down. Rock back to the right. Keeping your chest shining forward, shoulder blades working together. Gaze down. Last time over to the left, chin to chest, then left ear to left shoulder. Gaze to the floor. Beautiful. Let your chin come down to your chest, and then sit up tall once more. Inhale your fingertips wide, reaching to the sky, gaze follows. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach wide again. Gaze up, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach wide. Exhale this time, cactus your arms out to the side, lift through your chest. Stay for your inhale. Exhale your fingertips to the tops of your shoulders, and then draw big circles in the air with your elbows. Finding some movement through our shoulder girdle. Whenever you are ready, switch directions with your circles. And then release your fingertips down to the ground. We'll inhale to reach our arms wide. Gaze up as fingertips touch. Then exhale, release them out to a T and sweep your right arm underneath your left. Give yourself a hug. You might stay here, or if you're feeling okay, you might bring the backs of your arms together, maybe bring your palms together for a full expression of eagle arms. Pretty early in the practice though, so do whatever feels best to you. Think about sending your elbows towards each other, maybe up towards your nose. Pausing here for a hold. One more deep inhale. Exhale to release, cactus arms. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, left arm sweeps under your right. Maybe you give yourself a hug. Maybe you practice bringing the backs of your forearms together or palms together. We'll be coming back to our eagle arms later in practice, so no need to push it or rush if you're not there. Plenty more opportunities to be in our bodies. And as always, this is a practice of listening to your body, knowing when to push yourself and challenge yourself, but also knowing when to pause, when to seek rest instead. One more deep breath in, deep breath out, exhale to your cactus arms. Stay for the inhale, and exhale to release. Maybe take a couple of big shoulder rolls here, and then when you're ready, make your way to your tabletop pose. So in tabletop, we stack our knees under our hips, our fingers and wrists under our shoulders. Firm your belly, gently drawing your navel towards your spine. Find length from your tailbone through the crown of your head. Pause for a moment, pressing through your fingertips. And then find a few cat-cows. Inhaling to drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, curl your tail, chin to chest. As always, any expression of cat-cow is a great option here. So feel free to add on or get a little experimental with your cat-cows. And then as you're ready, we'll make our way to our down dog. You might step your palm slightly in front of where they are. Tuck your tail, tuck your toes and send your tail up to the sky. Pedal out your feet, releasing through the hamstrings and low back. Keep your hands about shoulder width distance apart. Keep your feet about hip width distance apart. Keep drawing your belly button up towards your spine like we did in our tabletop. And actively press through your fingers, letting your shoulder blades melt around down your back. One more deep breath in here. Deep breath out here. And then inhale your right leg up behind you. Pause. This is often a shape we kind of fly through in yoga. So just take a minute to feel yourself from your toes to your fingertips, one long line of energy. Take a bend in your knee, stack your right hip on top of your left, opening. Inhale to square your hips back to center, step your right foot through, low lunge. Releasing your left knee to the ground, maybe flipping your mat or adding a blanket for extra padding. We'll inhale, reaching forward then up, settling into our low lunge. If you're feeling unsteady here, you can always walk your right foot to the right. This will widen your, give you a little bit more stable foundation. Inhale, tuck your tail, reach for the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms out to the side. Option to stay here, magnetizing your legs towards your midline and towards each other. If you'd like to experiment with a different expression of the hands, you can interlace your fingers right at the base of your skull. Finding a little extra lift through your heart space, opening your elbows wide. Beautiful. Breathing into the front of your left hip. Anywhere else you're getting sensation, maybe through your shoulders, arms. One more deep breath here. Exhale, release your fingertips, send your fingers up to the sky. And we're going to make our way to a version of Warrior Two. So spin on your left knee 90 degrees to the left, opening your hips. So they're parallel to the long edge of your mat. Nice job. Keeping that same Warrior Two shape in our upper body, fingertips reach away from each other, and imagine that you're pressing the ground down. So really a lot of activity through your back body, shoulder blades working together. Pressing your right knee to the right. Beautiful. With your next inhale, send your right fingertips to the sky. Left fingertips come down to the mat behind you. Opening up. And then exhale, rise back up, spin back to your low lunge, and straighten through your right leg, coming to a half split. So your hips will be stacked over your knee. Your right foot, you can either have your toes flexed in towards your nose, or if you'd like to find a little stretch for the top of your foot, you can point your toes. You might have blocks or another prop underneath your hands. This feels a little intense. We'll be here about 2 more breaths. Nice job, everyone, breathing through this. With your next exhale, bend back into your right knee, frame your right foot with your hands, step back to a plank pose. It can be high plank or low plank on your knees. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, we'll all lower down to our bellies. Keeping your elbows hugged in close. Untuck your toes and inhale to find a little back bend. Exhale, release, make your way back to down dog. Returning to this foundational pose, take a moment to set yourself back up again. Hands shoulder width distance, feet hip width distance. Heels do not need to touch your mat. Knees can be bent any amount. Navel towards spine, biceps rotated up. Beautiful. One more big breath here in. Big breath out. Inhale your left leg up and back. Heel to the sky and pause. Feel the shape, feel the energy from your toes out through your fingers. Take a bend in your left knee, stack your left hip on top of your right, opening. Stack your hips back to square and step your left foot through. Low lunge, right knee relaxes down onto the mat. Inhale, fingertips forward and up. Settling in, create that strong foundation in your low body. And when you're ready, cactus your arms out to the side, finding that lift through your collarbones and chest. Low belly still active, legs are still very engaged. Working towards your midline as well as towards each other, so kind of scissoring in. Option to stay right here or interlace your hands at the base of your skull. Using that connection to find a little extra lift and opening. Wherever you are in your low lunge, we'll be here for about 3 more breaths. Choosing the version and the expression that feels best in your body. One more big breath in. Exhale to release your fingertips, reach up to the sky. And then we'll make our way to our lower version of Warrior 2. So spin on your right knee, about 90 degrees, opening your hips to the right side of your mat. Gaze over your front fingers. Gently pressing your left knee to the left, tailbone towards the ground, active arms as you reach towards the front and back of the room, and imagine you're pressing into the earth. Nice job. With our next inhale, we'll reverse our warrior, planting our right fingertips, reaching back with our left, pausing just for a breath, and then exhaling, rising up, spinning on our back knee and making our way to our half splits. Again, left toes can be flexed in towards your nose, or you can point them towards the top of your mat. Goal here is really shining our heart forward, keeping length in our spine, rather than finding the deepest version of this shape. Be here about 2 more breaths. With your exhale, bend back into your left knee, hands plant. Step your way straight back to down dog. Take a deep breath in. Deep sigh out your mouth. 2 more breaths just like that. Breathing in through your nose. Big sigh out your mouth. 1 more time. Big breath in. Big breath out. With your next inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky, finding that same length. Exhale, shift forward, step forward. High lunge. Sweep your fingertips forward and then up, settling here. Find that sense of stability in your foundation. Maybe walking your right foot out to the right. Summoning strength in your low body. Inhale your fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, release your hands, sweep your right arm underneath your left, eagle arms. Your version. You might play with the same version you tried earlier in class. You might experiment with something different. Whatever works best in your body in this moment. Knowing that might be different than a few days ago, your last practice, a few moments ago even. Option to stay here. Or find some movement. Inhale to send your fingertips up to the sky. Exhale to curl forward. Finding that same cat-cow shape in our spine, but in a really different context than earlier in class. Breathing between your shoulder blades, breathing into any other spot that's getting a lot of sensation. We'll take 1 more round of breath in either movement or stillness. And then as you are ready, unwind your arms, open into a big cactus shape. Then exhale, sweep your way to warrior two. Ground your back foot. Open your arms wide. Beautiful. Take a moment to make any adjustments to your legs to make this shape work for you. Beautiful. Breathing here, 2 or 3 more breaths. Noticing if this feels different or similar to the different version we were in earlier. We'll inhale to reverse our warrior just for a moment. Exhale, cartwheel your hands around your front foot. Let your left knee come to the mat. Shift your hips back for half splits. Toes again can be pointed or flexed, keeping length in your spine. Hips square. One more deep breath in. And out, bending into your right knee, planting your hands. Step back directly to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep sigh out your mouth. One more like that. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep sigh out. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. High lunge on the other side. Reaching out and up to rise. Taking a breath or two to settle. Beautiful. Now you know where we're headed. We'll inhale to reach our fingers up, elongate through the spine while keeping our left knee bent. And then exhale, release. Left arm sweeps under right. Your version of eagle arms. No right or wrong expressions here. It's about what's suiting you in this moment in practice. Maybe you stay right here, or maybe you invite the movement. Inhaling to catch the little back bend. Exhaling to curl. Playing with some flexion and extension of our spines. We'll take about 2 or 3 more breaths here. Nice job, everyone. Staying with your breath. We'll meet back in center. Exhale, cactus arms opening up. And then shift your way to warrior two. Grounding through your your right heel. Opening up to the right and extending your arms long. Pressing actively through all 4 corners of both feet. Breathing in this hold. 2 more breaths in our warrior two. Let them be smooth and focused. With your next inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, cartwheel your hands around your front foot, squaring your hips to the top of your mat and then releasing your right knee down. Shift your hips back, half splits. Three or 4 breaths here. With your next exhale, bend back into your left knee. Plant your hands. Step back to your tabletop pose. Send your hips wide in one direction, back and wide in the other direction. Taking a few big circles before switching directions completely. Beautiful. After you are done with your hip circles, send your hips back towards your heels And then slide your hips off to one side, extending your legs long in front of you. Bend in your knees, you draw the soles of your feet together. Find a little bit of extra space between your heels and your hips. And inhale to sit up tall. Exhale, wrap your hands around the tops of your feet as you fold forward any amount. Coming into our Cobbler's pose. As you're ready, gently rise up. And then bring the soles of your feet to the ground. Knees facing the sky. We'll inhale to sit up tall. Reach your fingertips out in front of you. Plug your shoulders back. Exhale to lower down to your mat. Taking your time to get there. Extend long through your left leg as you invite your right leg into your chest. Hugging your knee, both hands. And then taking your left hand on the outside of your right knee to find a twist. Right arm might open up to the right, either extended long or back to that cactus shape. If you notice your right shoulder is popping up off the mat, you can scoot your whole body over to the left. Finding a place where you feel really supported by the earth beneath you. Let yourself soften. One more deep breath in here. Deep breath out here. Draw your right knee back to center. Give it a little squeeze. Then exhale it long. Inhaling your left knee into your chest. Pausing for a moment, just giving it a little hug. And then as you're ready, finding your twist, using your right hand to guide your left leg over to the right. Left fingertips may open up wide or maybe find a cactus shape. Adjusting your body over to the right if your left shoulder is lifted off the mat. And letting the sense of support fill you as you relax and soften. You might begin to slow your breath. Maybe eyes close or gaze softens again. And as you're ready, guiding left knee back to center, giving it a little hug. You might find happy baby, drawing your right knee in and opening knees wide, reaching for the outsides of your feet, then drawing your knees towards the earth as you press the soles of your feet to the sky. Option to practice straightening one leg and then the other, maybe finding a gentle sway. Maybe pressing your tailbone a little bit more flat into the ground. Lots of different ways to experience this shape. And as you're ready, release your happy baby and extend your legs long. We'll end our practice in Shavasana, our resting pose. So you might let your eyes close, completely softening into the mat beneath you. Deepening your breath. Option to stay here as long as you'd like. If you're ready to move on with your day, bring your palms together, heart center. Reconnect with any intention you might have set at the start of practice. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep sigh out your mouth. Bring your thumbs to your forehead, the place between your eyebrows, reminding yourself of the importance of kind thoughts. Bring your thumbs to your lips, reminding yourself of the importance of kind words. And finally, bring your thumbs back to your heart, reminding yourself of the importance of kindness and compassion to ourselves and the world around us. Thank you so much for practicing today. I look forward to practicing again soon. Thank you.